Salute. Salute to God, the Most High, the creator of everything. Salute to all our day ones. Y'all know how the intro goes. I need y'all to treat that subscribe button, that like button, extra kind, extra special. Press that button, y'all. All right, trolls on the God and your mama can love you. Last but not least, we got to give God his two salutes. And one time, one half of the black Charlie Kirks, but the racist kitchen is still open, y'all. You know what I mean? So I'm going to do my best to hold it down, a brother in the cut gear here. But here's what we dealing with. It seems, and this isn't towards the good white folks. I always say that. I always want to give my disclaimer because the good white folks know better than this. They don't exercise stuff like this, believe stuff like this, and they are helping us get the truth out there as well. So love and appreciation to the good white folks, the good diverse community, but there's a demographic of racist trolls in every community. So since those trolls want to address us, I'm going to address them. Now, I do this just to display the hypocrisy of people like a Charlie Jerk or people like a Steven Crowder showing up to colleges or black dwellings or barbershops discussing black issues, voicing their opinions and talk about why they're upset when things like this are going on. And salute to Nefakari Dessalines on YouTube. Y'all go subscribe, all right, for the culture, all right? Elon Musk calls black female judge racist for this reason, but I'm going to start at the 13:53 minute mark.
40 charges related to...
Hold on, who?
The arrest. School officials work with the task force to investigate the high school premises, including the restrooms and the locker rooms. Detectives confirmed that there is zero evidence that any student in the school district was involved. Now, next story, October 15th, today, a man found guilty of nearly 40 charges related to children avoids any jail time. Yes, you heard that right. Now, is Elon Musk going to make a post about this individual who was terrorizing the children of America and he has somehow avoided prison altogether? Let's get into it. A local man convicted of over 36 felony charges related to possession of illegal images and videos involving minors will not spend any time in jail, despite the demonic nature of the crime. The defendant, Mr. Donald Sparkland, pleaded guilty to a staggering 38 charges in court. Mr. Sparkland was indicted and pled guilty to the following counts, which date back to late 2017. 23 counts involving a minor and 15 counts regarding the illegal images and videos. The investigation revealed that Mr. Sparkland not only possessed the illegal images and videos, but he was actively distributing it on multiple online platforms. Despite the overwhelming number of convictions and the grave nature of the illegal activity, Mr. Sparkland will only receive 6 months of house arrest and 5 years of probation. Now, I don't know what type of legal counsel that he had. I don't know if he was connected with the judge. I don't know how he managed to just get off without spending a day in jail when
they're 19 and trading on their phone.
Which is true. And I mean, at some point you have to wonder, why do you show up? Hold on.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. We've seen guys get 30 years, crazy years. How do you get not a single? He only got 6 months house arrest? That's crazy, bro. 6 months house arrest, 5 years probation? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's continue. Next story. October 12th, the other day, a restaurant employee posted videos of himself urinating and rubbing his private parts on the food. My God, let's get into it. Mr. Jace Hansen, 22 years old, has been sentenced to the maximum term of over 11 years in prison after pleading guilty to 33 felonies, including egregious acts of food contamination and the possession of illegal images and videos involving minors. Ridiculous. Let's continue. Hansen was arrested after federal investigators received a tip that he was posting videos online under the username The Vandalizer, showing himself committing criminal acts in the restaurant where he worked part-time. Mr. Hansen allegedly confessed to more than 20 instances of food contamination and was charged with 20 counts of criminal threat and criminal damage. He was urinating and spitting on food and containers. He was rubbing his private parts and his buttocks and his feet all over the food.
Why aren't y'all showing up to your own communities, your own barbershops, or wherever you go, supercuts, and discussing this? Why are you driving past your community and all of the disruption and all of the wickedness inside of your community to come to another community and speak on us when you've got all of this going on. You know, if you're going by these colleges, that's your premier chance right there, exclusively, excuse me. To stop this, you're talking to young white guys who's in college, who is going to be middle-aged at some point, who just may suffer from this. This is some type of infectious disease that I guess they're born with. They can't keep their hands off children. For some reason, oh, it's disturbing to even talk about or to imagine, but young children somehow, oh, I can't even let the words right out of my mouth. These people are disgusting, man. And we wonder why the EpiPen files won't be released because, I mean, we don't know. It could be all of this part of America tied up into that, man. You know what I mean? We don't know, man. But this is something that they suffer from. Let's hop back into it. But they're not talking about this. They're not talking about this. Let's go.
Including pressing his private parts against the fish. He was bringing food into the restaurant bathroom and placing it in his underwear and rubbing it inside his pants.
How many of y'all ate at that restaurant? Huh? The Hereford House. How many of y'all ate at that restaurant? I personally have never heard of it, but I know I would never ever stop to dine there. But you know what I mean? Yeah. Since y'all want to talk to y'all culture, y'all probably devour some of that good and nasty private part parsley he done put in your food. You know what I mean? Yeah. They talking about he done rub fish all on, man. Listen, man. He done battered the fish somewhere on his body and fried it up and gave it to you. You know what I'm saying? But y'all probably don't mind. Y'all used to eating humans and nasty stuff like that, right? You know what I mean? Let's get back into it.
They discovered multiple videos of illegal images and videos involving minors.
There it is.
He was charged with 10 counts of exploitation of children. One detective said in court that it was the most brutal and the most violent illegal images and videos that he ever seen in his life. The suspect's depravity was further exposed by messages on social media.
Why is it always about children? Man, all y'all need to be P. Diddy roommate. Why is it always about the children? Why? Is this why y'all can't have more than 1 or 2 children in your household because you do stuff like this to your children? Are we serious right now?
Indicating a desire to commit the acts. One message that he wrote said this: "I really want this life. It is the only thing I live for. I'm working so I can hopefully do as much damage as I can someday." The messages reportedly discuss minors as young as infants. The owner of the restaurant testified in court that the defendant's actions single-handedly destroyed the business. Sales dropped instantly.
How do you defend this? How do you defend this? How are you so worried, Steven Crowder? How are you so worried, Charlie Jerk, about what we have going on in our community when you have failed to clean your own house first? Let he who is without sin cast the first stone. You know what I mean? Clean up around your front door before you come sweeping around mine. Like, real talk. And that's why Black America Foundation or Black Americans are fighting back and putting the content out there. Because you guys seem to think because you're the majority, if you spew it, even it being a lie, it's so many of y'all, you'll spew it until you feel like it's the truth. So we're going to put the truth out there. And we're going to continue to put the truth out there because there's so many things that you could be talking about and changing within your culture, addressing within your culture. But no, for some reason, we've always been your primary focus. We've always been the center of your attention. Why? You have more of you in the world doing these things right here than us in the world doing the things that you are falsely accusing us of. What's worse? Someone who unalives their own, and these people are grown and they're proud on top of each other in poverty, or the majority who's around here improperly touching the youth and exploiting crimes and, you know, these type of pictures and videos of minors. Why does it always come back to children and minors with you guys? Why can't you keep your hands and your private parts to yourselves and off of minors and your pets and other animals? You're nasty. You're filthy. 2977, remember?
By 60%. and the restaurant, open since 1996, was forced to close its doors within 3 months. Now, that's what I'm saying. When it comes to criminal activity, you guys are on another level. You guys commit crimes, like, you guys just up the ante. Like, each episode gets more depraved, right?
Heinous, nasty, egregious crimes. Crimes that only colonizers could think of. People who's used to torturing people and doing wicked things. These are only those type of people could think of this type of thing because, listen, there's no good black person, no good white person, no good anyone who can put this type of behavior into a sensible logic. I don't want to hear his mental health. It is wicked. It's wicked. And these guys, we heard how the first guy is not even doing any jail time. He's going to be home and still watch little children walk by his house, but he can't leave his porch. I mean, are we serious? Are we serious? Free R. Kelly in that case?
Only been doing this for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, but each episode, like, once I think that there's a level of depravity that cannot be unlocked, you guys hit the next level. You hit the turbo button, boom, more depravity. Truly, I don't even understand how you guys do it.
Boy, they like Super Saiyans with them S crimes, ain't they? They Super Saiyans when it comes to touching them children improperly and indecently, and man, this is just nuts, y'all, but there's more.
Know how you guys do it, man. Living in peace and prosperity and abundance and committing atrocity in broad daylight is crazy. Anyway, let's continue. October 14th, the other day, a gun-wielding surgeon and professor forced himself on younger women asking for job advice. Let's get into it. A New York City man has been arrested and charged with multiple felonies.
This is the latest razor developed by...
After allegedly committing criminal acts against a woman seeking his mentorship. The defendant, Dr. Maurizio Miglietta, a father of 3 and a professor at Toro College of Osteopathic Medicine, is being accused of a terrifying display of depravity and intimidation during an...
They always have these good jobs. They're always highly educated. They're always like computer savvy. All the time.
Incident that took place inside his apartment. Prosecutors allege that the victim, who viewed the doctor as a mentor and visited his apartment for career advice, was subjected to a horrific escalation of violence. The district attorney stated that instead of discussing professional goals, the doctor allegedly kissed the victim without her consent. When the victim tried to push him away, Mr. Miglietta allegedly lifted up his shirt, revealed a firearm in the holster, and told her, "Watch out." When she asked if the weapon was loaded, he allegedly confirmed that it was. Now, time out. Listen, these guys got no...
Boy, y'all take it to the next level, boy. See, now, why you want to do open carry down here in Florida and you got people running around here like this? This can happen to any woman, anywhere. This can happen to anyone, any woman, any child, anywhere because of the laws you pass, but you're not dealing with man, these people are psycho, man. These people are psycho. They're psycho. This is next level, man. This is like some Super Saiyan type stuff right here, man.
Game. These guys got no game with the ladies, man. So he tried to kiss the lady, right? He tried to come in for the kiss. She wasn't feeling it. He whips out the gun, bro. He whips out his gun, bro.
He like, you gonna kiss me today? You gonna kiss me today? Bring them lips here. Bring them lips here. You gonna kiss me today? I woke up for this. He woke up like that, y'all. He came strapped. I told you, man. Y'all be bringing your Obamas all out in public, man. Y'all just be out here, brah, brah. You know what I'm saying? Now he done threatened a woman with the Obama because he just want to kiss her. She say no, but his Obama convinced her, you know what I'm saying, to possibly deliver that kiss.
This is the definition of scaring the women. This guy's scaring the women, bro. You know what I mean? He is running the women off. Bro, imagine you at the house. Now, first of all, you claim to be her mentor. She came to you for advice and mentorship and things like that. And instead of providing the advice, you coming in, you trying to kiss her and touch on her. She not feeling you. And because she not feeling you, you bring out the gun? You whip out the gun? Bro, these boys got no game, bro. That's why they messing with the children. Let's continue. Mr. Miglietta then forced the victim to perform oral sex, only stopping after the victim pleaded that she could not miss a meeting for work. Now, time out. Listen, these boys got no game, bruh. They got to get the top at gunpoint, right? They can't get the neck just because you're a handsome gentleman and the ladies love you, right? No, you got to whip out the firearm. You got to whip out the weaponry, the heavy artillery, just to get the women's...
Again, why isn't Steven Crowder showing up to his community? You know what I'm saying? City council meetings, something, somewhere. Schools, colleges, community centers. Why aren't you showing up there discussing this type of stuff within your own culture, my man? Why? Why do y'all feel so free? And why do you feel like it's so imperative that you speak on the black community and you understand us and blame everything on us, but you have this type of chaos going on within your own community? This type of toxicity, this poison, this mindset. It seems like it's genetic, man. It just like it's hereditary, like it's in your genetics. In your genetics.
Get on her knees, bro. That's a shame. You boys got no game. You boys got no game. Gotta get the top at gun.
Y'all know how most sports are dominated by, black athletes. This is the only stat that they dominate in right here. This and hockey. This is the only stat. Touching little kids and keeping illegal, indecent, improper pictures of minors in their phones, videos, and doing things and beating on their women. And the S crime in this community right here is off the charts. It is severely overrepresented. And there needs to be some type of highlight within their community that marks the fact that they know and that they're addressing it and that they're doing something about it and that they're adding safety and vigilance back to their community, ladies and gentlemen. But they're not doing that. They're overlooking this. Therefore, this is going to continue to happen. And every time someone like a Charlie Jerk or someone like a Steven Crowder decides to put a video out, well, we don't have to worry about Charlie Jerk anymore, but you know what I'm saying? Anytime they decide to put content out about us, it's this easy to go back and find content about them to show you exactly what they're ignoring. All right, let's go.
Boy, these boys got no game. That's why you messing with the children, right? Right. Let's continue. Miglietta's actions stand in stark contrast to his extensive professional and civic background. He is a dual board certified general surgeon, a specialist in robotic surgery, and was formerly the chief of acute care surgery at New York Presbyterian Hospital. His attorney claimed that Mr. Miglietta serves as a deputy United States Marshal and a surgeon for the federal government. His teaching biography states that he was a physician advisor for the Secret Service. Now, time out, right? You're a professor, you're a surgeon, you're a deputy United States Marshal, right? You're an advisor for the Secret Service, right? I'm assuming you got a few dollars.
And you're also an ex-offender. You're also an undercover ex-offender. I told you, they always have the best jobs. They always have the best education. It'd be the least person you suspect within that community. But they're not talking about this. You know how many of their own children, well, they don't have many, but do you know how many of their own children they can save? If they have these conversations within their own community, with their own people, and address their own violence, their own iniquities, while we do the same thing in our community. It's finding common ground. It's leadership, y'all. But they're not doing that. They want to turn a blind eye to this behavior and just focus on our behavior so that their behavior is never brought to the forefront. But we're bringing it.
That you still can't get the woman just off the strength of just being handsome and having, credentials. You got to bring out the gun and you got to strong arm the coochie.
An emergency call to...
You tell me when it stops. Now, I can keep going, but I'm not, because I think you get the point. 2977, middle-aged white males make up 29% of the population of this country, their community, right? The white community. But they make up over 70% of all S crimes and crimes against children and animals and their women, y'all. And their women. And you wonder why these women switching over like, hey, bro, what's up? You know what I'm saying? They trying to They want to know what that chocolate like. That's why. Because you guys are beating the hell out of them and you're pulling Obamas on them just for kisses at doctor's appointments. You know, you're groping your children and you're graping your children and you're, taking nasty videos and pictures of your children and exploiting this stuff online. This is disgusting. And this is why this is disgusting, ladies and gentlemen. This is disgusting. Listen, before you come over here with it, man, listen, pay attention to what's going on in your own community and address that. Because if we each take the initiative to address the wrongs within our community, then it makes the world great again. It makes the world great again. We meet right in the middle. But no, it ain't what you want. You want to maintain white supremacy. You want to portray us to look like we're just animals, when really it's you. Really, it's you. No one commits the most wickedest, most egregious, most heinous crimes than this community right here we're speaking of, y'all. With that being said, I already know y'all gonna thumbs down this video because we're exposing y'all. So imagine how we felt when y'all was showing up, lying and exposing us. That's exactly how we felt. Except I'm showing you the truth. And the truth hurts and it's hard for people to accept it. Well, take that, you racist. Take that, you hater. And take that, Steven Crowder. Get up out of that black barbershop and go to your local Catholic church within your community. Ask for forgiveness and address this within your community. All right, y'all. Y'all know what to do. Get your one-on-one. Get your one-on-one. Get your one-on-one with your higher power. And shout out to Dreads by Tweet for getting your boy right. Getting your boy right, man. Y'all go see Tweet if y'all in the area, man. And you want your locks right. Y'all go see Tweet, man. You know what I mean? Y'all stay prayed up, stay blessed up, stay meditated up, stay protected. Stay real, stay conscious, stay uncut. Be inspired. Be great. Man, be you. But if you doing stuff like this, then you need to be locked up. Ashe.